Okay, we're live. Gennye Lion here. Great to see you everybody again. So we have another masterclass, and some of you have been tuning into this earlier this week, just to kind of get into the vibe of the free event that is happening as well. So today we have a bonus masterclass on how to create a soul brand or how to create soul brand alignment. And we're going to talk about how that happens with our expert, Nora Zimerman, just to make sure that she's here. She's going to be brought back in a bit, but I will just tell you a few things, a little bit of housekeeping before we start. So some of you have already signed up to the next free event, which starts on the 7th of June. It's Activate Your Higher Power. This is a free masterclass, 5 days in this group. And you can sign up on there's a tag, there's a post here, or I think Lisa can drop the link to sign up for you if you haven't already. So this event is all about bringing energetics and divine intelligence into online business entrepreneurship if you're in the energy space. And it doesn't mean you have to be a healer, but if you run an online business and you're a coach or a consultant or a creative, and you would love to learn the secrets of business energetics, as well as creating a new offer that you can go to market with and sign up soul clients with, then the event is for you. So we're looking forward to it, of course. So today I have Nora Zimerman with me here, and I'm going to bring her on. But you can see even the lovely Gennye Lion logo at the top of this video. So this is a creation by Nora. We did this actually now almost 3 years ago, but I think it's 3 years ago. And I'm going to bring her on. We're going to talk about soul brand alignment and what happens in that and why it's so important to have this when you are, should I say, just a non-3D business, a person that is very intuitive, a person that works with energy, a person that is plugged into many dimensions, if you like, in your business. And it's not just a straightforward template that you use. It is an alignment. Okay, so we're going to bring Nora on, and I'm so excited to have her here. Welcome. So Nora, why don't you just introduce yourself, what you do and where you're based, maybe even.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Gennye, for having me. It's a real honor. I am Nora Zimerman, and I am a soul brand and website designer. And I am based in Dorking in Surrey, in England. And I work all over the world. I've been working online for a very long time now. So, and I used to work in corporate before. And it's a real pleasure to be here, to be supporting any of you with any questions that you may have about, do I need a logo? What is soul brand? Do I need a website? I have a website. How do I know it's working? Those kind of questions that you might have, do put them on the chat, and we would be chatting and hopefully answer them, as much as we can. And yeah, that's what I've been doing for a very long time. And as Gennye mentioned, I've done her branding and continue to do her website. We're about to do a big refresh again.
Big upgrade again, don't we?
Yeah, upgrade, total upgrade. Yeah, literally. Yeah. And when we work together, we work on photography. We work on communicating mostly. What is at the heart of the business. Would you like me to talk a little bit about that, Gennye?
Yeah, I mean, well, let's talk about that. But I would like to really explain to the audience why it's so important to get all the nuances of the business owner into the translation of the online platform, which is not really just the website. It's everything that you represent being visible online?
Yes.
Explain, please.
That's a question. Okay.
Why is so important?
Yes. So even before we were all working online and we were still working in person, the experience that a prospective client needs to have when they feel and connect with your online presence, be it a website, be it an email, be it a social media post, it needs to be congruent with the experience they're going to have if they become your client, if they get to work with you, either in person or online. So we all understand about energy, and, you know, as energy workers, we can feel the energy even on the screen. We don't need to be in person to sense, to pick up, to vibe what's going on, you know, and also experience helps with that as well. So to bring in the experience of working, say, with Gennye onto a website, we need to do some inquiry, you know. So I have no idea what the website or what your graphics are going to look like, what colors we're going to be using. I don't know when we start. I haven't got any preconceived ideas. All I'm doing is working with Gennye, say, for the sake of that example, who is, you know, beginning to dig deep into her soul mission, digging into the inquiry of what do I do? What am I here to do? You know, what is my gift? And how do people experience that? So what we're doing is we're taking into account Gennye, we're taking into account the experience of working with Gennye, which is what the client will be perceiving. And also we're taking into account the client's need, because at the end of the day, when they come to see you, it's because they have a need. They need something. It's like they
Exactly.
almost... Sorry?
We're solving a problem, you know.
Yeah, and almost that for them is more important than who you are at some point. You know, if their need is high, if their problem is hot, they'll go like, I just want this sorted, you know. So when they come, we need to also answer their needs. So all those nuances are brought together in a way that the client is going to be vibrating the energy of that business. Because at the end of the day, the business, when it is, say, one person, is pretty much blended. You know, the brand, the business, it's like a one thing. It's not that Gennye is one thing and then the business is another. They are one thing. Unless, for example, you have an organization that is different. So yeah, does that answer the question?
That answers the question. Yeah, so for a sole business owner who is a one-man band, it's almost the way I understand it and experience it is that when they come in contact with me in the online world, exactly what they see and learn and absorb there, how I presented myself, is exactly how they're going to feel and absorb and be like when we work together. There is no confusion. It's like it is an exact translation of my energy.
Exactly that. It's exactly that.
Exactly.
You just said it is an exact translation of your energy into the online space for the benefit of the client and for the benefit of humanity.
Yes.
You know, because at the end of the day, you're here, you know, bringing in what you need to do, but you know, you could be doing anything else.
Exactly. So I mean, my experience with this is that all the things that people think are branding, which is, people often think the logo, the colors, some of the copy, maybe clothing, maybe the font, maybe how it looks graphically, that also obviously come with the soul brand alignment. But that's a birthing process. I might say to Nora, oh, I like purple, but then when we do the inquiry, she's like, other colors come. When I start closing my eyes, I'll be like, oh, gold. I was like, gold? And there was other colors coming. So it was beyond Nora's ideas. Do you know what I mean? It's not even, yeah, it comes with your ideas, but it's like, that's like something that we work on together. But yeah, so
it's a collaboration, really. It's a collaboration for birthing the right brand, that is fully aligned to, your business.
Exactly. Can you just explain, you don't need to go into detail exactly every step or everything, but can you explain a little bit the components that you believe is a soul brand alignment? Like what components would that involve?
Yes, very good, yes. So when I work with clients, we can go all aspects, or we can go some aspects that are going to basically be like the bone structure of a soul brand, and typically a website. Those components, and we go in this order as well when we work together. The main component first is, inquiring into the soul brand of the business, inquiring into the business owner, what is your soul mission? What are you here to do? It could be, in Sanskrit terms, what is your dharma here? For people that may use that word. And the dharma is something that, you don't just kind of find it somewhere. It's usually quite intrinsic, and it's usually quite in you. It just is. It's an is. It's a being. It's a part of you, and it kind of doesn't leave you. It's with you. It might manifest in different ways. So that's the first inquiry. The next one is the visual part. So we go into that part is quite fun, because we begin to research, other websites. We begin to analyze other websites, what works for other websites, what doesn't work, what color palettes feel like my vibration, what color palettes are like, whoa, that feels not. So, we begin to describe with words, say, for example, some websites and some brands need to be really warm and welcoming and friendly. Some other brands like yours needs to be more innovative, more prestige and luxurious, and there's a tinge of power as well in yours, like a tinge of commanding, positioning. So what we do is we're getting to the positioning as well of the brand in the market, and so all of that visual research includes, doing the photography. So we discuss exactly what we want to communicate with photos and what we don't want to communicate with the photos. So, for example, someone might want to communicate, that they are connected to the angelic realm. Someone else wants to communicate that they really connect with their client emotionally. There's usually 2 or 3 threads that they need to be communicated with the photography. And so we intentionally create those photos to communicate that. We don't just go and take pretty photos, and it's not about you looking beautiful either. Of course, we want you to look great on the photos, but the photography is a cross between what you want to communicate, the best version of you, I would say, and intentionality, because photography and words are almost 50%. The photos say something that the words cannot say, and the words say something that complements the photography. So it's like a bit of a marriage, really. And then all of those things, together with the color palette, begin to weave the story. And then we go into the soul words, and begin to write, the copy for the website. Yes. So those are the main components. And then, I would say those are.
I would like to add as well, because I can't speak for all the clients that you work with, because I only know my own story. But I would say that the process itself also is almost like, where do I see myself in the next 5-10 years time? And we are jumping timelines when we create a website, because that's what we did. So what we created in 2018,
Yes.
we jumped 5 years ahead.
100%.
So without faking anything, we were just presenting the vision of the soul. And that cannot be, I mean, that is like the brand almost moves, or the person will almost move with the energy of that website.
Yes.
So although it is a website, it's not just a website. It is a pillar of intentional creation.
Yes, 100%. Yes, I love that.
So it's beyond your, like, I don't know.
What do I do now?
$200 Wix. It's nothing wrong with trying something to start with when you have nothing. And maybe we should talk about that as well. So when you start out, to get the whole hog might not be the right idea either.
Yes. Yes.
So do you want to explain a little bit about the evolution of the soul person, the soul brand, and where, what's recommended?
Yeah. So just to add to that, what you said is, I always say that, you know, when we work in the process of branding on websites, or even just websites, you know, it's almost like, oh, my hand doesn't fit in the screen. The website is here, and you are kind of a few steps behind. And that is the correct thing to do, because almost you are kind of planting these, you know, positioning for yourself, and you say, right, this is where I'm going. So on the website, I say I'm charging 200 instead of 50. So I better be that person now. So it's almost like the website propels you into your own future. It propels you into who you want to be for your clients and for your business. So it's a fantastic thing. And now that, you know, things are going really fast, it's almost like websites are only going to be valid for 2 or 3 years, I'd say. This is one of my feeling. It's not going to be 5 years anymore, you know, for a website.
2 to 5, depending on the person, I suppose. Yeah.
I suppose, yeah. So for beginners, a lot of people that come to work with me, they have had a website, maybe done by a friend, maybe I call them DIY websites. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a great experience to actually begin to feel into, you know, what you need to say, what is your brand. You know, some people get very frustrated. Some people go like, oh, I hate it, you know. But I always say, give it a little, you know, a little cheering and honoring that first website, or even 2 websites. You know, they did some job for you. They got you to where you are now. And now you're realizing, you know, you really need some support, you know, and, you know, by collaborating, you know, it's when you birth, you know, something a lot more professional, I would say. But it's a step that someone needs to feel like they're ready to take. You know, it's like they right. There's the moment where you feel like, oh, I can't do this, you know, and there's the fear holding back, or fear of visibility, or, you know, 1,000 versions of fear, or there's simply a block, or you are fully ripe and you're ready to go.
Exactly.
You know, many variations of that.
Yeah, and it's almost like, I would say, I mean, the process that I went through, I had already decided on every level where I was going. Yes. So it was a part of you didn't exactly have to push me along. Do you know what I mean? No. Because I was like, you had to guide me on things, what we were doing, of course. But like, it wasn't like I had decided that's what we're doing now. So I think depending on where you are in the business, you wouldn't necessarily have the whole exclusive experience, because I had the exclusive experience with Nora straight away. You might want to do the website school, or you might want to make some changes and do some smaller work. And then when you feel ready, when your services and work with me is really established, would you say that's a good time when it feels like you've got something?
If you don't know what you want to be offering is usually time to go to a coach, time to work with Gennye to define what your business is about, to have more definition. You need to work with Gennye first. But if you are kind of fully formed and perhaps you have had some clients and you're clear about what you're offering, you might be adding services later on, you might be taking services off, but there's a thread and there's a feel of a, this is my business, when there's a clarity and there's like a relaxation about it, you're not thinking, oh, what shall I do? Shall I change this? Shall I do that? There's a relaxation in your body about what you offer. Even if you have the fear, even if you are inexperienced, even if, you haven't been doing this for a very long time, but there's like a conviction, and also your soul will be tugging you to move forward. A lot of people that come to me, they are like, oh my God, I'm ready to explode. I've got all this information coming to me and know where to put it. So the website also kind of becomes that container for all those, transmissions and offerings and channelings, and it's like, it's like all the downloads finally have a home.
It has a landing space, basically. It can land. Totally. Yeah. So I'm going to see if there's any questions, actually, because we can go into lots and lots of details, but I really want to talk about the alignment process and what a soul brand is, and that we're led from a different space really than a traditional when you launch a product or launch something on a website. I mean, I'm sure it's quite different, right? So let's see if there are any questions here, ladies. Please feel free to ask questions to Nora. I'm just checking here.
I can see one here.
You can see, we can see. We don't want to do that. I can see here. So Melissa says, what if you already have a website to start, then create a new one?
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Oh, I love that funky graphic there. So what if you already have a Wix website to start? Well, it just depends, if your website is serving you well, serving your business and serving clients, there's no need to do anything. But if you are getting frustrated with your website, or your website is communicating an old version of you, the website is old and you've moved forward, that also can happen, then it's time to step into something new. Because what happens is when you've got, these kind of old version of you being portrayed, it's like it's dragging you back.
Holding you back.
It's holding you back. Yeah, it's like a block. It's an energy block, totally. So to have a website that feels current and energized and infused with who you are now and what you offer now is quite important. Does that answer the question, Melissa?
I think so. Melissa, does that answer the question? I'm just looking if there's some more questions here. I think she is okay with this. Yeah. So let's just remove that. So she's basically saying delete the old one and make a new one. Well, it's a transition, really, isn't it? You create the new one and then you fold the old one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a fix. It's not a quick fix,
Process.
If you're going to be doing, perhaps learn to analyze other websites first, perhaps identify some websites that you aspire to, who is your competition. There's a whole process of inquiry before doing a new website. It's not that I just change my top and put a new one and then I'm done type thing.
No.
Actually, some people do that, and there's absolutely nothing wrong. You can go to loads of designers and they say, yeah, what colors do you like? Give me the photos, give me the words. Boom, new website.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that, but that's not how I work, and that's not how I feel a website should be birthed. But it's obviously my own personal way of going about this.
Yeah. So she's also said, what is the best website to design a webpage? I think, she's probably talking about WordPress,
Yeah,
Squarespace.
yeah. So if you're going to go DIY, the most professional looking DIY one that I would recommend is Squarespace. I haven't explored loads of platforms myself, but Squarespace, actually, I do use myself. I design on Squarespace for clients that are at the start of their business, and I love it. They have great support. They have a great suite of possibilities of how to work on it. And again, it's a bit of a learning curve. You need to know what you're doing, I suppose. I teach also my clients, once they finish working with me, how to update their website, how to be completely in control, so you can go in and update it yourself, really.
Yeah. Squarespace. I mean, if you look, it really is not very hard to learn it.
No.
I'm quite techy, so I get it really quickly, but it's really not very hard.
Yeah,
it is
that's
easy.
why I put a lot of clients on that, and some clients go on WordPress. So those are the only two that I know myself and can recommend. I have used Wix a few times, and I found it really difficult and clunky, but that was a few years ago. I have no idea what's happening now.
No.
And again, if you know how to do this well, you might be able to get a really good website. It's like making a meal. If you have some ingredients that look like nothing, and then you can pull a really good meal, then
you can probably make the meal fairly good anyway. Exactly.
So
yeah. So Squarespace. So Squarespace is good. Definitely. There's another question here, and it doesn't, because the person hasn't registered for StreamYard, we don't know who is asking, but it doesn't matter. So what if one has already set up for you in my gig job? So somebody's already started the website. I can manage that. So do I just focus on rebranding myself instead?
Michelle,
What's the question?
I have a feeling she's asking that there's a website already set up. She might be part of a business, and then maybe rebranding herself. Yeah, I suppose so, Michelle. I'm just trying to think. Maybe if you want to explain a little bit more, what is your gig job?
What's the gig job? And I'll just remove that comment for now. And then if you can just, so whoever is doing this posting, if you go to the top of this video, it says I'm using StreamYard. If you can just click on the StreamYard, then you can post as you, as a person in this thread, and not Facebook user. So if you can go and do that, then we know who you are, and we can also maybe expand a little bit on the question. That'd be really good. So,
Melissa is saying that Wix is terrible to work with, and they have terrible customer support service. So Squarespace is brilliant. They have really good customer service. Their tutorial videos are fabulous. And that's why I put my beginner clients there, because then they can go solo without having to come back to me all the time and pay me again. So, it's almost like I want them to be super independent, to be able to manage the website, ask questions, and watch tutorial videos. It's really good. Squarespace has been doing this a long time, and they actually follow kind of the moves of WordPress a few years ago. And now WordPress is beginning to follow Squarespace, some of their moves. So I think it's a really good contender to take into account.
So, exactly. So, I mean, look, everyone has to find their own way with this, but support is in this online world. As an online entrepreneur, when you start out, you have to be everything yourself almost. I mean, this is what I say to my clients as well. Your business and marketing skills has to come up to a level where you eventually can outsource it and teach someone else, but you have to learn it first. And I suppose with the Squarespace website, the first changes and the first things that you want to update, you need to learn that yourself.
And a lot of clients, they say that they really enjoy doing it. It's like they go in there and they have a blog post, or they change the words, change the photos. They're all there's like a nurturing, when you're nurturing your website, when you're nurturing your social media, when you are allowing 6 hours a week, 4 hours a week to work on your business, to schedule things, to do the accounts, to put email templates, all that nurturing pays off. Because again, I always feel like there's a relaxation about, I am running the business instead of the business running me.
He's running me, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
So Melissa is asking as well. So, I mean, Melissa is working with me, and she's a fabulous space holder for detox. She's very, very knowledgeable in her field, and she works with herbs and natural ingredients all the time for detox. She's just asking, I mean, we were going to say this anyway, but just explain the ways to work with you, because you've got, is it 2 ways to work with you, is it? I don't, you tell me.
Yeah. So you can work one-to-one with me, just like Gennye did. And that's for someone that has been already trading for a while. They've got some experience, and they really like Gennye was a little bit like, I'm ready to go. They usually had a website before, they've got services, and they are kind of upgrading. They're going to be offering courses, or they're going to be offering a membership, or they're going to be, it's like a big upgrade, it's like, I'm stepping up now, I'm going to be a bigger player. And then there's businesses that maybe have been trading, I'm guessing maybe Melissa is there, that they can join my small group program, Your Website School, in which we do the same process. The process is the same. We work together for 9 weeks, and we birth the website together. There's currently a group running now, and the next group is in September. You can always go to yourwebsiteschool.net and find out all about it. I'm going to post the link in the comments.
Yeah, please do.
And also you can go to norazimerman.com, which is my studio for the larger projects. But if you're running a simple business, with a few services, Your Website School is absolutely plenty, and it gives you a lot of power. It gives you a lot of mileage for quite a few years.
Yeah.
To run your business with that.
Exactly, and a lot of autonomy, because the Squarespace is, you can do a lot with it. So when you are changing and upgrading, you can add, menus.
Yeah, we've established the brand. We've established the whole brand. We've established the color. You've got good professional photography. A lot of things are already kind of grounded. You've got good roots. You've got a good website skeleton. So all of those things, what they do is they give you freedom to go and work with your client, to be in your zone of genius. When you've got a good website, it just gives you all of that container for you, for your business, to actually work with the clients, which is what you want to be doing.
Yeah. Well, it does give authority. When you first start out and have nothing, I always say, get a Facebook page, Go on social media, sort out all your social media pages and make sure they look professional. Then you can start thinking about the website if you're just starting out. But if you've been going for a while, I think the website, if you then start with the website school, or if you, whatever you're doing, it gives the authority anyway. It gives you some weight. It's just because people check you out online, so they will see, they check their website, they check their LinkedIn, they check everything on the person. So if you have
and when they're checking those things, what you want to do is you want to have them the right experience. Exactly. It is an experience. You want them to vibe the atmosphere of what it's like to work with you. Exactly. You don't want them to meet someone that's going to look completely different to who's going to turn up at the Zoom call. But equally, you want them to experience what it would be like to work with you. It's almost like aspirational, professional, and aligned.
And aligned, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
fully
Beautiful. Okay, so I think we're bringing it to an end. Just checking if there was any more questions. I don't think there was now. Yeah, great information, Janelle was saying. So yeah, this is just really, really good. So go and check out Nora's website school. I mean, look, she's in this group. You can just message her, like if you want to have a chat about anything. But the next, oh yeah, when is the next group of people for the website school?
Oh, perfect. Yeah, the next group is September. I believe it's Monday the 6th, and we run for 8 to 9 weeks, depending how many we are. It's usually a small group. The maximum is 10. So it's, you get a lot of personal attention. It's not as if it's a group of 80 or 100
No,
people.
no.
Sometimes the group is only 4 people. So it just depends who turns up at that time. And there's always going to be the right combination. It's super collaborative. And it's a great experience.
Yeah, it's a birthday. Lovely. Let's see what else she's saying. I think we bring it to an end. Yeah, perfect. Okay, good. You put it in there, your website school.net. Perfect. Okay, ladies. So thank you so much, Nora, for taking the time, for sharing your expertise. And ladies, I will see you in next week again. We're doing another bonus masterclass before the actual event starts. So next Tuesday is about your energy and your success, your currency, like how your energy creates success in your business. So we're doing that on Tuesday. And then we start the actual event on Monday the 7th. There will be a Q&A on the Sunday 6th, I think, Sunday 6, all about the event. So if anyone is interested to jump in and just ask question in a Zoom call, there's like a Zoom call, then we're going to do that as well. But you'll get the information in this group and emails and everything if you signed up. Okay, cool. So I see you, Nora, soon in some other way. And I see you ladies soon as well. So any questions, feel free to send them over to Nora, and hope you enjoyed it.
I love this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.